Hey guys, welcome back to the TradeFX channel. Here at TradeFX, my name is Josh, aka the Homie Fletcher, owner and founder of the TradeFX Discord community and Telegram group. And we're going to discuss some things that we have coming up in the market. It has been a while. I haven't been posting regularly last week because I do have a lot of things going on right now that really hindered my ability to do so. But I'm trying to get back into the groove, and we're going to try to be more regular with all of this, right? So thank you for joining in on the weekly analysis coming up this week, and we're going to take a look at some of the stuff that we have coming up, right? Currently, right now, as the market stand, we did get a pretty nice solid moves last week, and leading into this week, I want to see some trends continuing. Such trend here, if you take a look right now at the current chart, is 80 USD. All right, so this right here, we have a very clean and solidly moving downtrend. I'm looking to see this continue moving forward for the continuation of this week. We do have some news coming out for the US dollar. If we actually take a look here, we can see that our first set of USD news, and let's just scroll down here. Right, we have some existing home sales and S&P global manufacturing PMI. But that's not really my main concern. What I'm really looking at here is the FOMC minutes that we have coming up Wednesday. All right, so FOMC minutes would be something very heavily impactful for the dollar currency, and I'm looking to see the dollar actually pick up some steam from this news event. All right, what we have said here would really influence the dollar movement, and we do actually have some more stuff going on. We have jobless claims, continuous jobless claims. And we also have, I believe on Friday, we have some more USD news on PCE price index. And we also have some Fed speeches too. All right. So, but the thing that we are looking at more intensively right now is that that FOMC minutes news. And let's just take a quick look at what FOMC minutes are, right? So, taking a quick overview of this right here. The FOMC minutes, the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve and the Federal Open Community Market Community, right, have equal authority to set interest rates in the United States after receiving recommendations from one or more of the regional federal banks, right? The board makes a decision on discount rate modifications. The FOMC minutes makes decisions on open market activities such as central bank money levels and the federal funds market rate. All right, so this comes in terms of speaking when we talk about interest rates. That is what the FOMC minutes does. It gives us a generalization or basically a broad outlook on where we could expect the Fed to go with the continuing interest rate decision. Now, in the past, we have been told that we can see a hike all the way to 5% and even all the way to 6% in order to curb and bring inflation back down. So looking at the FOMC minutes, what we're looking to see right now is sort of that statement being reinforced by the minutes here. So I do expect the minutes to make the US dollar rally, right? Really strengthen it. So that's what I'm looking forward to. If we're looking at the technical levels here, such as the case being on 80 USD, we have clean levels that we could look forward to, right? So this being one level right here, I did take a trade coming to the Friday market close. Unfortunately, that trade did not go into my direction because I was looking at here as a possible area to actually enter to see price continue pushing downwards, right? As we saw price reject from this level, it made it pretty clear to be a significant level, and then we had this rejection here as expecting a continuation. But as markets tend to do, sometimes we see rallies into the other significant levels and such, and that's what we had happening here. Now, does this mean that price is going to continue moving upwards? No. By no means does this mean that this is going to continue to be a bullish movement upwards. Looking at the overall trend and the direction, we can see that we have clear levels to the downside. Price has come into this zone, supporting zone, and push even lower. So looking at it now, coming to the continuation of this week upcoming, we could see price actually reject from this area and continue with that overall trend, and that is what I'm looking forward to see. I may take an early position right here for that continuation lower, and I'll actually set a sell stop right in my next position here because this is another significant level to pay attention to. Once again, why? Because this was an area that price previously rejected from. We had not just this one rejection, price pulled lower, right, that we had where price obeyed this area right here. and then again right here before, we saw that bullish push to the upside. All right, so this is a significant area that I think does have a lot of potential to actually, play a significant role in the continuation of this market movement, as this could be an area to enter on the trade, right? Especially if you want to be more conservative and not actually enter at the beginning of the open market, right? So we could see that continuation moving downwards with the overall trend. And that's something that I think has a lot of potential to play on, and what I'm looking forward to. And continuing moving forward as we approach the Wednesday, the FOMC minutes, I am looking to see a continuation of that movement. So for me right now, AUD/USD, I am looking for sells on this, very sell heavy. If we take a look at the daily time frame, we can see, okay, we did have sort of like an uptrend movement here on the daily time frame, but however, we are seeing more of a bearish tone taking place right now, right, in favor of the US dollar. And as risk sentiment changes overall for the continuation of this week, we'll see how that goes. That should actually play in the decision of price continuing that push downwards, right? We do have some other fundamental factors coming in for the AED as well. And just scroll up here, we have the RBA meeting minutes, that being first thing coming up Monday. So we'll see how that actually affects the AED currency cross pairs. All right, and we also do have, I believe, NZD interest rates expected a 50 base point increase, right? Yeah, right here. So from 4.25%, expecting an increase to 4.75%, right? One of the highest interest rates that we're currently seeing from economies right now is at 4.75%, all the way to possibly being 5% in order to kill inflation. We need interest rates to really help us with that. All right, so that may also affect the overall risk tone of the market and may play into the decision that we do get here on AUD/USD. Another chart that I'm looking at here as well is AUD CAD. We do have some CAD retail news coming up too, and I'm looking to see this continue to the downside. As you would see, a lot of the cross pairs with the USD and the CAD, they follow sort of the similar path. So that is why I'm using AUD/USD and AUD CAD in tandem with each other, because they do have similar patterns. So what happens for the US dollar is reflected on the CAD itself. So with that being said, if the US dollar is to rally to the downside, you see an increase or a rally in favor of the US dollar, then we should see that happening on the Canadian dollar as well. So that's something I'm looking potentially to see. If we take a look here at the 4-hour and the daily, we can see, okay, at the 4-hour, price had come into a supportive zone, right, and then we rejected that area and pulled all the way up to this recent resistance. And let me just take this here, this resistance zone. Now with that being said, we can argue that we are in sort of a range here at the 4-hour and daily time frame. However, I do think that, again, with the overall news that we do have coming up and the overall market direction, we should see a continuation lower and price potentially breaking back to the downside here. All right, so that is sort of what I'm looking at right now in terms of trade setups. Anything else? Possibly looking at the euro too, euro dollar more specifically, for the euro to actually fall even further. And we do have some CPI data for the euro dollar itself. So with that, I am looking to currently see what sort of a playout we'll see from that. We have on Thursday the CPI data for the European Union, European area. We have that CPI data coming out, so that is something I'm looking to see how price reacts given that news. All right, besides that, not really much else to pay attention to. More so the US dollar and the euro being the main focus right now, with the more heavily impactful news events coming out. All right, so I think that's about it for me, guys. Not really much to say in terms of market as we continue moving on, but in terms of setups that I'm looking for currently, those are the only ones that I think have the best possible interest of actually seeing a full play out. And as you know, I have decreased the amount of trades that I do take within the week, really focusing more on quality rather than quantity. And that's something that I have struggled with as a trader, somebody that's almost on the chart 24/7 during the course of a day, just because usually most of the things that I have to do revolves around me being near my laptop, my desktop. So that really, it really becomes a sort of a focus area for me to be on the charts almost 24/7, where you shouldn't be on the charts so much, right? Some people, they set and forget, which I think is really the best way to possibly trade, just to avoid any unwarranted decisions, or looking for trades when there aren't any, or being anxious when trading conditions may go against you at some point and such, right? So I've really lessened the amount of trades I do take, more focusing on quality rather than quantity, and that's something I do urge all traders to actually take into account. What trades you are getting in, whether it follows all your rules, and you should be, whether you're managing risk properly or not. All right, so that's it for me, guys. I'm not really paying attention to too much else. I am looking at the risk assets such as AD and NZD, looking to see some sell side action as we continue with the overall sell trend movement, right? This here being another example here, an NZD USD. We do have the interest rates coming out for the NZD, so I would be careful about entering anything on this too hastily, right? Possibly waiting until after that news to see the continuation movements that we want to see, any directions that we expect price to go. All right, and yeah, that's about it for me, guys, because I'm really not gonna be too hastily in my decisions or my fundamental analysis. Really want to take my time as we still gather our ground, our foundation as to what to expect from the markets moving forward and for the continuation of this year. All right, so thank you guys for joining. I really do appreciate it. If you found that this video gave you any value, then please leave a like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and recommend the video to your friends. It doesn't hurt to get a different opinion from someone that has experience in the markets, as well as a different perspective on some of the things that we all may have familiarity on. All right, so thank you guys. I'm not editing this video at all. I'm just gonna upload it as is, and yeah, that's it. So I really appreciate you joining, and I'll see you next one as we continue. Please do remember to actually also join the GBP London sessions, as well as we started coming to Monday London market open. All right, so that's it.